The Manikato, Flavour $6.40, 30 Sir Boom, Mastic for $2.60, $4 Reduced Choice number 8, and then
just Reduced Choice and Iska, the two favourites to move up into line for the first game with Sedation outside them. Up the side and Iska the leader, held together by 3/4. The 3-year-old Reduced Choice has moved up to second, and Final Tempo the bolter out wider. In behind them, Transparent Lover feels the pinch. Mastic goes past it, and Sedation comes wide. Flavour second last as they corner, and Reduced Choice has strolled into the lead. He's drawn a half to 3/4 on Iska. Mastic is running on well, and they're followed by Sedation, but Reduced Choice is full of running, and he's sprinted by 2 around the turn. Iska's gone. Mastic gets to second in the straight, and Reduced Choice under Cassidy opening up. He's 2 lengths in front of Mastic and Flavour, but Reduced Choice, a star is born. Reduced Choice beats Mastic by 1.5 lengths. Third is Flavour, and then came Sir Boom fourth from Joshua's Pride last. How good is this horse?
Last week, even better this week, Reduced Choice. It was fantastic, Bruce. Reduced Choice, well, we know the queries that he went into the Manikato with. Third start in a race, back from sickness, wet track first time, so many more. He just flew through them all. He is a very exciting horse, and Jimmy Cassidy is
about to move in, Joe, for the running of the real feature of the day, the Group 2 Warwick Stakes, the Tooheys Warwick Stakes. Dave Smith. Sunline has tied the knot. Racing and Bazille Bay, and Sunline bounced away quickly. Sunline in particular looking for the lead. 2 lengths away. They were followed by 2 or 3 lengths away in the field to tie the knot, and 6 lengths to Josh Sticks. Bazille Bay turned loose by York at the 5.50. Led 2.5 on Sunline, who cantered up to be second. 2 lengths away, Referral. Then came Martree. Padstow off the track. Zarregal the fence. Intergaze Arena, and Tie the Knot Die looking for a miracle run back on the fence. Bazille Bay straightens up in front. Cassidy hasn't moved yet on Sunline, and he's had a look over his shoulder now. He's moved up quickly and hit the front. Referral running on from Arena, Padstow, and Tie the Knot late. It's Sunline in front, trying hard as Referral. Tie the Knot is absolutely scorching home on the inside. Sunline in front, Tie the Knot coming quickly. Too late, Sunline. Sunline a half length, Tie the Knot a mighty second. Referral third, then Arena. They were followed by Martree. Performance first up today.
180, 120, 230, 290, Quinella 7.
1 and 2, clearly ahead of 3 and 5. Can't wait for this race. Here's the total.
$3.30 Testarossa, Reduced Choice $1.40, Ruthless Tiger.
Can they upset the top 2?
I don't think so. As you mentioned, with the rain, Spargo is now completely out of the game.
Fabiano's the starter in the Ascot Vale, but the build-up and the tension has been enormous. 600 metres, and the leader is Fabiano. Sonny's about a neck clear on his outside. Reduced Choice. Testarossa not letting Reduced get too far away from him as they came to the 400 metres now, and the heat's turned up here. Cassidy's asking for Reduced Choice. Is there much there? Testarossa's joined him, and Fabiano's son is still there on the rail. Reduced Choice is in a lot of trouble here. Fabiano's son in front of Testarossa. Here comes Spargo. This is going to be a dandy Andy Boyle over. Spargo's raced to the front, 100 metres to go. And Spargo's racing clear to beat Testarossa by 3 lengths. Fabiano's son third, Reduced Choice 3 behind them. Well, nobody wrote that into the script.
But I think Stan by the roughie on the race. It was a real turn-up, wasn't it?
It was an anti-climax of mammoth proportions. Jim Cassidy.
I'm here to tell you that that's one of Greg Miles' greatest calls, that one, when he called the dandy Andy-like finish coming up. No, you're missing my point. My point is that across the board, I don't think that the 3-year-olds are as strong as the older horses. Now, regardless of yesterday's result, which was maybe an anomaly, but we'll all find out next time they come here for the Vic Health Cup, because few of these sprinting 3-year-olds are going to run against the older horses. If they get a good track and the 3-year-olds get towelled, you'll all be eating humble pie.
I'll be your bookie, Richard. I'll be your bookie.
If they win, I'll eat humble pie, which will be very unusual.
Yes.
And very hard to chew.
On to race 7.
Now, Flemington, race 5. Let's have a look at the Sky ratings. Sky Heights, number 5, is the top rater. This is the Craigley. Yep. 10, Grand Archway.
A few of these, you would think, but it's brought in. Perpetual Check. Home Run the leader around the home turn at the 600 metres. What can I say with the rail? And then Grand Archway. Dignity Dance has been off the track most of the way, and Sky Heights hugging the fence, needing some luck around the home bend. They're being followed then by Von Ann, who's under pressure. The Message trying to get into the clear. Sky Heights getting rails, runs as after. What can I say? Umrum has dropped off, and then the Message followed by Les Beal and Von Ann. At the 300-metre mark now, and the favourite Sky Heights sees daylight and quickly moved up and took the front and bolted away at the 200 metres. And Sky Heights shot 3 lengths in front from What Can I Say, who's very tired, and then Les Beal and Von Ann coming home down the outside, but Sky Heights is way too good. And he's bolted in the Craigley by 5 lengths. Les Beal's second, What Can I Say third. Perpetual.
Weights right at Flemington, 260, 140 Sky Heights, Les Beal 360, What Can I Say, 2.
Richard?
I think he's a superstar, this horse. I reckon he can go on and win anything that they run him in. He's capable of winning any race that he runs in this spring. And he's the one that's made the jump from the 3-year-olds. And we rated the 3-year-olds very high as the leader here. He's just, you know, he's just all power, this horse. And watch him power away.
How do you explain the failures of Grand Archway and Dignity Dancer?
Well, Grand Archway, there's some word that they don't think she's quite right. There's something amiss with her. The track certainly can't take anything away from this horse, Sky Heights. He acts on good ground, soft ground. He's the real deal.
This is a very smart type, this one, Perfect Paradise. It's had no luck recently at Rose Hill. Actually, a Gun Lodge fan here.
Well, Ryan, I think he's got to stand up and be counted today. It's Pins, the front runner from Private Life. Perfect Paradise on the fence has had a great run, and he's about to bullock into the clear. Then Camper Main's I Realise. Shogun Lodge held up in traffic with no run. And then Freemason. Pins in front, but Perfect Paradise is sprinting. Perfect Paradise after Pins, who's still in front at the 250. 2 lengths to Shogun Lodge. Then came Angling. Perfect Paradise has hit the lead. Shogun Lodge running on, but it's going to be too late, I think. Perfect Paradise in front. Shogun Lodge is flying and got there. Right on the line, Shogun Lodge has beaten Perfect Paradise, who looked home and hosed. Angling front, but Perfect Paradise is sprinting. Perfect Paradise after Pins, who's still in front at the 250. 2 lengths to Shogun Lodge. Then came Angling. Perfect Paradise has hit the lead. Shogun Lodge running on, but it's going to be too late, I think. Perfect Paradise in front. Shogun Lodge is flying and got there. Right on the line, Shogun Lodge has beaten Perfect Paradise, who looked home and hosed. Angling was third from Pins, Freemason, Camper Mains, Shogun Lodge. It looked like Perfect Paradise was home when he booted clear. The time is 1:38.05. It's a slow run. It's just under 3 seconds outside of the race.
Go Flash Go, the top raider from 5 La Zagaleta, 17 Testarossa and 1 Theatre, 8, 5, 17 and 1. Theatre, $31. French Clock, $52. Carnelian, $18. Umrum, $19. Delirious. Nina Haraka, $9. Reduced Choice at $3.20. Jimmy Aboard. Testarossa, $6.70. Spargo.
Look, I hope he can do it, Simon, but cripes, when I look at that 2s to 9 to 4, 3.3 on the date with 4.5 kilos overweight for age, I mean, the public have obviously decided that he's a bloody champion, and let's hope they're right.
Well, that's for sure. I mean,
Reduced Choice can always beat Theatre easily on the track.
Okay.
But Theatre's very, very fit, and
can pick his Testarossa. They're outside. A length further back, City Kid driving around the outside to 4th from Plaska. Over on the inside then came Go Flash Go. Reduced Choice coming wide around. Testarossa searching for a run. Then Nina Haraka and Blue Storm as they corner, and Reduced Choice was right off the track. It's Rancho Spark with Testarossa coming after him. Umrum Carnelian in the fence, and here's Big Reduced Choice coming, followed by Nina Haraka. Testarossa took the lead from Rancho Spark. Reduced Choice and then Umrum. It's Testarossa clear 100 out. He's kicked away by 2. Nina Haraka's coming after Testarossa. Testarossa digs deep, finds and wins. Testarossa magnificent over Nina Haraka. Reduced Choice has run a bowl 30, covered a lot of ground. Then Go Flash Go. Umrum, Rancho Spark, who's won the race now for the 4th time. He held the record equal with Roy Higgins before today.
that run, he'll run a mile easily, and we'll look at the Cox Plate now. That was last year. You'd be preparing a horse for a Cox Plate, Dean? Not me, that's for sure. I mean, I've been privileged to get a horse this good.
Raider ahead of 10 Inner Flurry, the stable mate. Raider ahead of 10 Inner Flurry, the stable mate. 1 Into Gaze and 9 Les Beal. Into Gaze, 580. Scratch 2, 95 Steel Phoenix. The Messy 1 Inner Flurry at 560.
The Group 1 Underwood. The field is set. just as they came down near the 600. Dignity Dancer with the message on his outside, a length and a half figurehead. Fourth into Gaze, and then Sky Heights on the outside about to go. Then Steel Phoenix followed further back by In a Flurry in traffic as they corner. Dignity Dancer trying to find his form, led the message round the turn. Into Gaze is coming on, and then Sky Heights the widest as they corner. Dignity Dancer's not yielding, he's kicking strongly. Here comes Into Gaze though. Into Gaze at the 200, sprinting fast, took the lead from the message. Then Sky Heights, but Into Gaze is racing clear. The Sydney side is 3 clear from Sky Heights and the message, and Into Gaze magnificently. Won it from Sky Heights. In a Flurry got third. Close up, Lay Beale, who's run a good race, and then the message. Behind them were Figurehead, who breaks his Melbourne maiden now and wins his 7th Group 1 race.
There they are, 1, 6 and 10, and it's a very, very happy Craig Carmody. 1, 2, 6. Adams, 680, 40 Northern Drake. 3 Arcadia at 52.75 Final Fantasy. Sunline $1.80. Shogun Lodge at $4. Dangerous.
Board, it's 170 for Sunline, a ruling favourite. Shogun Lodge at $5.10. We're followed by Northern Drake. He wants to go keenly, and Cooksley's about to go forward from Arcady. Shogun Lodge has snookered back the fence, and on his outside, Final Fantasy. They come towards the bend in the George Main 600 out. It's Adam in charge, leading 3/4 on Sunline, and there's been no change to the order. 2 lengths to Perfect Paradise with Dangerous on the fence from Northern Drake, Arcady, Shogun Lodge and Final Fantasy. In the straight now at the foot of the rise, and Sunline went crunch. She went straight past Adam in a stride. 2 lengths away to Dangerous. Northern Drake's coming down the outside. Cassidy still riding confidently. Little Adams coming back. He won't give in, and Shogun Lodge is out. Here comes the 3-year-old. Shogun Lodge is after Sunline and Adam. Shogun Lodge levelled up. Sunline lifting. Shogun Lodge coming home the better. Grabs the lead and wins the George Main. Shogun Lodge has won it from Sunline. Great finish. Adam third and Arcady late. Then Dangerous, Perfect Paradise. Shogun Lodge and Shane Dye, and wasn't it a great ride? Wasn't it a terrific ride by Shane Dye? 5:20 and a bit more.
Yeah, well, I have to agree. He's everything but a bit more, John. I said that's sensational today.
Yeah, you must have been worried the way the track was racing.
Oh, we were very worried before the race. I said to Shane, just ride him for luck. It's all you could do. We couldn't ride him any way different than we have normally. Just rode him for luck, and I really don't think he had all that flying over the last 400 metres of his races. Bill Whittaker told me today they clocked him his last 400 at Newcastle in 21.9. I didn't believe horses could run that.
Well, he had to win, didn't he, at Newcastle?
You made the point last week about the 3-year-olds up against the older horses. Testarossa, Reduced Choice, Shogun Lodge, and where to after that?
They can't win, he said.
No, I think he made it. No, I think he made an interesting point. I think what you did.
One of the great things about the rich tapestry of racing is that even people who've been doing it all their lives can make a blue. And obviously I've gone off a week too early. I've underrated the 3-year-olds, or I've overrated the older horses. Probably a little bit of both. Pretty poor week on that comment.
Do you enjoy eating humble pie for breakfast?
I'm having a good hard chew on it there, Joe. Thanks very much.
Just 10 to 80, 1, 2, 4 and 3, and a few spots of rain here starting to fall. Right now, Tie the Knot, $1.06, and it's considered by the majority as a race in 2. You know, they've got the Lumber Stakes and the courses we were talking about earlier.
1,000-metre mark, and onto the railway side now, and only about 4 to 5 lengths would cover them. And Northern Drake, the leader, they're quickening the tempo by the 800. The message is still ahead away, and it again by the 600 metres now. And it's Northern Drake, the leader. Northern Drake, he's quickened up, and he got away a length and a quarter on the message. Intergazer's third, and now Tie the Knot starting to respond round the outside. And the 2 heavyweights are starting to make their runs together at the 400. Northern Drake in front. Intergaze and Tie the Knot both running a little wide round the home turn. Aerosmith in the clear. In the straight, Northern Drake the leader at the 250. He's 2 lengths now to Tie the Knot, and Aerosmith running a better race. They haven't got to Northern Drake yet. Is there a boil over in the offing? I think so. He's 3-4 lengths in front. Tie the Knot fighting out second and third with Aerosmith, but Northern Drake has carried it home in a sprint and run affair and beaten Tie the Knot and Aerosmith. He's 2 lengths now to Tie the Knot and Aerosmith running a better race. They haven't got to Northern Drake yet. Is there a boil over in the offing? I think so. He's 3-4 lengths in front. Tie the Knot fighting out second and third with Aerosmith, but Northern Drake Northern Drake has cantered home in a sprint and run affair, and beaten Tie the Knot and Aerosmith. Just behind them is Intergaze, a gap to Estadard, and the message dropped.
I tell you what, he does possess tremendous form over 2,000 metres. He was second in the Cox Plate and the McKinnon last spring. He's won the Tulloch. Might have been just a... I tell you what, he does possess tremendous form over...
Better. Northern Drake's got a very good chance of the Cox Plate, but they're not going to let him trot and canter in front as he did yesterday. Now, that was the dominant factor with that race, and the one disappointing aspect about Tie the Knot, he's just not bloody adaptable enough. Why do you give that much start in a slowly run race? Cooksley didn't steal it. It was presented to him. He was allowed to canter in front. If he's allowed to canter in front in the Cox Plate, he'll win that just as easily. But that won't happen because there's more...
Why weren't these two horses disappointing? They've stood Northern Drake up about 2 lengths at the top of the straight, or 2.5 lengths. He's ended up 4 or 5 in front of them.
Well, Richie, if you go back to Northern Drake's best performance in a Cox Plate behind Might and Power, he has got the ability to go and do this, and he was a forgotten horse on the day. I know the others ran slick times, but that horse spaced them over the last 400 metres. He got away from them.
The Guineas. Let's have a look at the Guineas. Big race of the day, race 6, 34 minutes off. It's one. And Testarossa 340, a line 19, Reduced Choice at $2.30. There's Testarossa on screen.
Oh, it's a great race, and this year's a very good race because, you know, 2 great colts, well drawn. I can see this developing in a real tactical battle. I think this is going to be one of the best races of the spring, really.
And the Guineas. Great clash of these 3-year-olds. They're set. And racing, Reduced Choice jumped well on the inside, and so did Testarossa. A line got away fast and onto the name by the 900 now, and it's Reduced Choice. He'll try to do it all the way in the Guineas, and he sets a reasonable tempo, about a neck clear. Second is a line. Pins is out 3 wide by the 800. Testarossa follows his great rival on the rails. This could be set up for something special. Next Command Sedurka out wide. A length and a half further back onto the name from Mr. Endurance and Dangerous, travelling 3 wide. 2 lengths further back, Ackerbill, Anarchy Walk and Diatribe. Then Prince Benbara as they neared the corner, 3 wide. 2 lengths further back, Ackerbill, Anarchy Walk and Diatribe. Then Prince Benbara as they neared the corner, and Oval Office last of all. A line moved up to put some acid to the leader, Reduced Choice, who still has a little bit left in the tank. Testarossa, Oliver's just waiting and waiting. Reduced Choice left the fence. There's the run for Testarossa if he's got enough. A line coming at them on the outside with Pins. They reach the 200, and Testarossa, sprinting very fast, has moved up and has gone to the lead over Reduced Choice. Cassidy had to pull the whip, and then Pins. It's Testarossa clear though. Reduced Choice is coming again. Testarossa has to find. Reduced digs. He lunges and wins. Reduced Choice beat Testarossa. A magnificent Guineas. In behind them either Oval Office for third, who still has a little bit left in the tank. Testarossa, Oliver's just waiting and waiting. Reduced Choice left the fence. There's the run for Testarossa if he's got enough. A line coming at them on the outside with Pins. They reach the 200, and Testarossa, sprinting very fast, has moved up and has gone to the lead over Reduced Choice. Cassidy had to pull the whip, and then Pins. It's Testarossa clear though. Reduced Choice is coming again. Testarossa has to find. Reduced digs. He lunges and wins. Reduced Choice beat Testarossa. A magnificent Guineas. In behind them either Oval Office for third with Commands, and then Sedurka. Dangerous behind these is then by Ackerbilk and Honour the Name. We've seen one of the very great Guineas. But this is an outstanding race. Commands has got third, 3, 1 and 7. Reduced today. The 2 great 3-year-olds came away and went blow for blow.
Saying earlier on, for those here present today, we will long remember. As Jimmy...
Well, a Cox Plate's a pressure race. This horse has proved today he can handle the pressure. He's going to take on the older horses with 48.5. Look, what happened today, Tie the Knot, Intergaze got rolled. They got beat 5 lengths. The horse that beat him did run second to Might and Power. But this horse can win the Cox Plate. Don't worry about that.
You started yesterday, Max. It was a beauty, wasn't it? Yes, it was one of those races that had you cheering all the way down the straight. And a fitting result. A very good winner and a gallant horse in defeat in Testarossa.
To both of you, can a 3-year-old win the Cox Plate this year? Oh, this one can. He's equal favourite with Tie the Knot for the Cox Plate.
Excellent race, and what a nice young man is Dean Lawson. He certainly plays it very, very well.
Dean's quote was, we were beaten by a champion in the Blue Diamond, and if he was going to be beaten there yesterday in the Caulfield Guineas, he hoped it would be Reduced Choice, and well, that's it.
Ricky, was you booked to ride him in the Cox Plate?
Chris Muntz We were talking about weight there for a while. He sort of was talking 49 and we were talking 48.5, but...
You'll get there on race day, it'll be 49.
No, he will not. He'll be 48.5.
Race, Alderson will saddle up the short-priced favourite Sky Heights. And if
Sky Heights is top rater, clearly on 100, ahead of Referral 98, Les Beal 98, and In a Flurry 95.
It's firmed a little now into a more realistic price, $3.90. The imported horse Married Poor is at 5, In a Flurry at $10. We go over the page to LA Suez at $7.10. Lahar at $28.
Sky Heights began okay. Arena snagged at the start. LA Suez got away well. So did Lahar on the inside with LaVille and the hind. Nina Haraka got away quickly with light work. Pace from the outside from Miss Danehill. She's shooting for the lead early. Josh Dix's prominent man had taken over the running in the Foster Schofield Cup. And to the railway side, the Metropolitan winners out by a length to Miss Danehill. 2 lengths to Rogan Josh, and they're followed by Sky Heights and LA Suez the outside. Light work on the rail. A length further back is Lahar from Nina Haraka. There's Arena taking off from the back, followed by LaVille and In a Flurry. Josh Dix, Rosa War, Sea Squill. Still well back as Referral from Married Poor, and behind is last of all in company with Figurehead. Rogan Josh dashed to the lead before the turn. The favourites after him, Sky Heights. Arena and LA Suez run on round the outside, and here comes LaVille with her run, and then In a Flurry as they corner, followed by Lahar. Into the straight, and Rogan Josh sits out for the run of the judge. 2 lengths in front of Sky Heights. Another 2 Les Beal and In a Flurry, followed by Arena, and the 200 Rogan Josh in front. Oliver's throwing everything at Sky Heights to get there, and here comes Les Beal and In a Flurry. Les Beal's raced up 100 out to go to the lead with Sky Heights. Les Beal and Sky Heights at Hammer and Tongo. Les Beal, Sky Heights to hit the line. Photo. Sky Heights by a nose to Les Beal. In a Flurry is third, and then Rogan Josh fourth, followed further back by Rose in front. Oliver's throwing everything at Sky Heights to get there, and here comes Les Beal and In a Flurry. Les Beal's raced up 100 out to go to the lead with Sky Heights. Les Beal and Sky Heights at Hammer and Tongo. Les Beal, Sky Heights to hit the line. Photo. Sky Heights by a nose to Les Beal. In a Flurry is third, and then Rogan Josh fourth, followed further back by Rosa War, and behind these were Josh Sticks, Referral, further back in the field. The
photo, Les Beal has failed.
About Les Beal there, Dame, but...
Okay, the official...
That the freak sire Zabil has sired first, second and third place getters in the Caulfield Cup. Jockey Damien Oliver, an expatriate Western Australian who went to Melbourne.
Remember, for 2 men and for 2 horses for Sky Heights, showed the gallantry of a champion yesterday, and for his sire Zabil. The Melbourne Cup Quinella last year, the Caulfield Cup trifecta yesterday. The 2 men...
Graham has now made it 7 out of 16 for almost $3 million.
Oh, wow. I doubt if In a Flurry will get there, but the horse who I thought was the Super Melbourne Cup trial was the 4th horse, Rogan Josh. Remember, he's already run second in a Perth Cup before just caving in. He's trained by a fella called Bart Cummings, and you can bet your last dollar that he'll be spot on come Melbourne Cup day.
Out the wind. Rogan Josh, he is kidding. I mean, Bart's a great trainer, but I don't think that's the horse. A 7-year-old. He's run a great race here, but how's he going to beat the 3 horses that finished in front of him? I can't see it. So I think Kenny's been out. You know, the sunshine here in Victoria might be a little stronger with the hole in the ozone layer, and I think Kenny's been affected by it once
you put
again.
your neck on the line there, Richard, with Rogan Josh. Can I just start...
$40 in...
450, 2 Canniana, 550. 3 Fairy Tales, or rather 14 Fairy Tales at 7.
And it's coming around the bend. Angel Spirit just the leader from Fellowship. 2 to Fairy Tales, Flickering Fire. Carmenesca's next. Nova Claus coming wide from Gift Tannery. Canniana held up as they corner where Fellowship dashed to the lead. At the top of the lane, it's Fellowship, 1.5 lengths in front of Angel Spirit. Fairy Tales, Nicola Lass into the clear. Carmenesca's chasing them, but it's Fellowship 150 out in front of Nicola Lass, and Carmenesca still coming. Fellowship in front of Nicola Lass. Carmenesca, here's Bonanova. She's flying. Nicola Lass got up on the inside of Fellowship. Bonanova out wide, swapped them. Close here. Bonanova out wide, Nicola Lass, the rail. Fellowship just missing between them. And then Carmenesca close fourth from Raids a camera.
Greg Miles' call of the Tristark Stakes, and it's that man again, James Arthur Cap. Jim Fleming having purchased Bonanova for $1 million just a few months ago. And she will, of course, become one of Jim's priceless bands.
Is at $5.40 in from $5.70. Intergaze at $8.10, $2. Sunline Solid $4.80. TAB number 9 in a flurry at $7.50. Redoubt's Choice at $5.80. Testarossa at $11.
Command stood well, they're off. Redoubt's Choice began well, make no mistake, missed it by a couple of lengths and settles towards the end. Sunline away in a rush, and so is Commands with Redoubt's Choice. Oh, he's fired up, settling second. As they go to the post, Sunline found the lead easily. Redoubt's Choice a length and a half back at the 1200, and it's the New Zealand mare Sunline by 2 lengths. Redoubt's Choice. Intergaze on the rail, third, followed by Make No Mistake, who's got up to fourth on the inside of Commands. The pace quickens now, 1,000 to run. 3 lengths away is Sky Heights, 2 lengths The Message, 3/4 then 2 Tie the Knot from In a Flurry, then came Testarossa and 2 lengths Lahar last of all at the 800 turn, and it's Sunline trying to do it all, leading by 2 Redoubt's Choice. On the rails, Intergaze from Make No Mistake. Commands came out very wide to start a run, then Sky Heights, Tie the Knot is back behind The Message, followed by Testarossa. Commands has run right off the track down the side, where it's Sunline in front of Redoubt's Choice. Intergaze third, Commands right on the outside rail. Here comes Sky Heights after the leader, and then Tie the Knot starting a run, but Sunline's raced away, and the New Zealand champion mare set up 4 lengths now from Redoubt's Choice, who can't find much at the moment. Sky Heights is running on, and so is Tie the Knot from Testarossa. Sunline with a mighty lead though, she's 4 in front. Tie the Knot gets to second from Sky Heights, and then Testarossa. Sunline clear, Tie the Knot starting to make late ground, is rallying, but Sunline will hold on and win all the way. Sunline beat Tie the Knot by 2. Sky Heights third, Testa run, but Sunline's raced away, and the New Zealand champion mare set up 4 lengths now from Redoubt's Choice, who can't find much at the moment. Sky Heights is running on, and so is Tie the Knot from Testarossa. Sunline with a mighty lead though, she's 4 in front. Tie the Knot gets to second from Sky Heights, and then Testarossa. Sunline clear, Tie the Knot starting to make late ground, is rallying, but Sunline will hold on and win all the way. Sunline beat Tie the Knot by 2. Sky Heights third, Testarossa fourth, and then Redoubt's Choice. A gap to The Message and Intergaze, followed by
Mare, brilliantly rated by Greg Childs. Now had 18 starts for 13 wins, and who said a mare couldn't win the Cox Plate? 560 and 220 for Sunline, 210 Tie the Knot, 250 for Sky Heights.
Well, I think yesterday Sunline went from being very, very, very good to being great. When she won, Greg, we'll go.
We spoke about it. We wanted to go a little bit earlier than normal because she's a Dow stayer, and that's what we did.
This is an agonising experience, Keith. I got to look at this horse, give him possible starts at every run, Tie the Knot. Look, it was a colossal run under the circumstances, but that's beginning to be the pattern of his career. He's giving impossible starts.
Max and Greg, there's the all-time state winners. Tie the Knot's moved to 5th with that second, and over 4 million. And Sunline's gone past both Let's Elope and Horlicks as the greatest stakes winning mare that we've ever had in Australasia. And I looked at Doncaster winners also, to Max and Keith, the Doncaster winners in the same year. Because I reckon the Doncaster and the Cox Plate are 2 of the classiest, if not the 2 classiest races in Australia. I know Superimposed won 2 Doncasters, but he won the Cox Plate a year later. It's good.
Greg Choban, Bronze and Gun Sind, they were both colts. This is a mare, and I think that adds even more lustre to her performance yesterday.
Great mare. That's the best mare I think it's the best mare I've seen race.
Oh.
I mean, she's been carrying big weights in handicaps where that doesn't really suit leaders like her. And, you know, to carry it off yesterday, fantastic effort, and I tipped her.
Oh, Gentlemen's too. But of the 3-year-olds, John, Testarossa. What do you think of that?
I love him.
Yeah.
What a trade. And I was delighted to read this morning that he's going straight to the paddock. No derby next week. What a horse he will be in the autumn.
Flemington, she's back in... Hula 1 to 24. Noircia $5. Ruby Top 42. Nicola Lass 12. Then on the second page, Savannah 17. Raspridia not wanted. Rose of Dane a solid favourite with the blinkers on. And towards the tail end, Noircia is on the outside of Zartella as they run up towards the 800 metres. And Rose of Dane in front, setting a solid tempo, leads by a length to Carmenes. 2 lengths away, Raspridia, Zoom, Cat, and then came Bonan. Ruby Top, Zartella second last, and Noircia is at the end of the field as they turn into the straight. 500 to go. Rose of Dane in front of Carmenes under the whip. Alliran runs up behind the leader, then Raspridia. Ruby Top trying to get through. Vale on the rails, and further out on the track, Nicola Lass is running on the Noircia, unleashing a run. Rainbow Bubbles is gone. Alliran joins Rose of Dane and Vale. Here's Noircia laid out wide. Vale got up on the fence. Now Sears charging home. Vale's in front. Noircia is flying at it though. Noircia and Matthew Catt go up to pounce on the lead, and what a timing of a run. Matthew Again, and Noircia beat a photo finish between Vale and Our Erin, who both fought on well. Then came Zartella, next came Savannah. Further back, Rose of Dane, Ruby Top.
This is coming home fairly well. Rainbow Bubbles is punctured. Our Erin gets up on the outside, and Vale along the inside to tackle Rose of Dane. Here comes Noircia coming right down the outside. Vale at the 100-metre mark in front of Our Erin. Noircia from last, she's swapping them all. Noircia flies home and gets up to win. Noircia first 3/4. Either Vale or Our Erin for the Miners, and then
30 the place for number 3, Noircia. 14 Vale, 25.60.
Certainly, Lee, would this be one of the vintage Melbourne Cups? What's the strength of this field?
Well, I don't think it is all that strong, Max. You know, once Cape...
They're tightening, aren't they? And as you say, Tie the Knot probably should be 50 to 1 on what we saw on Saturday.
Tie the Knot, $9.60 and $3.60. Sky Height still popular at $4.90 and $2.30. Given a good each way, Hope still at round about the $18 mark. Rogan Josh, as you can see, is well and truly in contention, along with the mare Lay Beal. Johnny Sadler about to hang up the reins as far as the...
Coming to the turn from Bohemoth, and then came well back was Lady Elsie to the bend. Skybow, Yavana's pace. There's one that's lost the rider there, coming to the home bend. Could well have been it. Yavana's pace as they turn for home. Lay Beal's back last at Central Park in front. Zaza Bell going up on the outside. The Warrior on the rails, and Travel Mate getting a run through. Central Park's in front of Rogan Josh. Travel Mate getting a run behind, trying to come through. Rogan Josh going up to Central Park. Down on the inside, the Warrior, Zaza Bell, then Lahar in second coming. Central Park, Rogan Josh. Down on the inside was the Warrior. It's Central Park and Rogan Josh. Rogan Josh, the outside part's got his 11th cup. Rogan Josh has won the cup. John Marshall and Bart Cummings have beaten Central Park. Could go for third with Zaza Bell. Travel Mate, the Warrior, Lahar, and then second coming. Next in the hind.
When you first got this horse, Bart, just 4 months ago, did you in your wildest dreams think that you would be in this position with him on the first Tuesday in November?
Of course I did, yes. No way, mate.
Well, what about the achievement just before you...
Well, bookmakers aren't too happy, Peter. It was clearly the best back runner about 20 minutes before the race. Everyone wanted to be on Rogan Josh. WA owned, WA bred, and WA ridden. Many people don't know John Marshall was...
In fact, for sure. Rogan Josh, $6 and $2.10. Central Park paid $16.40 the place. And the dead heaters for third, 12 Lahar, $11.60, and 24 Zaza.
Them up, he did all the work, and this horse that's never raced beyond a mile and a half went very close to winning out.
As it is. I thought it was a super race, particularly with Rogan Josh out in front. But I know there was another guy cheering Rogan Josh just as much as I was. Richie Freeman. Good on you, Richie. I'm sure you got a great thrill out of it. But I've left my car out.
I said that... Richie, message from Kenny, get on your bike, baby.
That'd be Kenny's car, would it?
On your bike, Richie.
You idiot. I would just...
And as we do, Jem, we've been through them a few times. Blackbean is the favourite at $5.10. What did you think?
Well, I like number 14 here, Peter. Go Flash Go.
In Go Flash Go at $18, and Desmond Stream is in contention as well. But for me, performance
was Northern Drake, $6 Blackbean, Bonanova just favourite, $17 Betty Bear, 600 metres, and it's Go Flash Go now being joined by Babetto. Northern Drake goes up to make a line of 3, Umrum under the whip behind them. Then Blackbean, next is Caniana, Lazagoletta, Bonanova swinging wide, Des's Dream running on. Then Nina Harako as they turn into the straight. Northern Drake joins Babetto, Go Flash Go, Blackbean running up behind them, Umrum further out. Des's Dream, Bonanova running on, then Strident, Betty Bear the widest runner. Northern Drake in front, Umrum after him, and here's Bonanova. Bonanova swept up on the outside of Umrum. Then Des's Dream, Nina Haraka, Betty Beer wider. It's Umrum and Bonanova together. Umrum, Bonanova, then Betty Beer, Nina Haraka. Umrum and Bonanova. Bonanova and Umrum, they're going to go to the line and hit it together. Bonanova won it. Bonanova's just beaten Umrum. Third home, Nina Haraka, then Betty Beer. Lazagoletta next home, and then came Des's Dream and Strident.
Des's Dream and Bonanova's coming hard down the outside. Umrum tackled by Bonanova, and then Caniana and Des's Dream. Umrum still in front, 100 to go from Bonanova. It's Umrum and Bonanova. Bonanova getting to Umrum. They're going to the line, locked together. Bonanova a nose, I'd say, from Umrum. Nina Haraka is third. Close up Lazagoletta, Vetiver out wider. And
number 3 and Bonanova number 6 ridden by Jim Cassidy, but Bonanova's got the money.
$8. Nina Haraka, $4.40. Third time this preparation she's been placed at Group 1 level.
And Clements Bell is at $6.10. Jacksaw Better is at $39. Umar 13, Papillon 20, Slavonic $3, Corporate Bruce 30, would have to be number 11 Slavonic. And, well, the best drawn.
Gun Tom, and then Iron Horse starting to sneak into the race, badly held up. Corporate Bruce, who had to steady off heels and lost ground. Extracts on the inside, Papillon, and then the Profiteer. St Clemens Bell hit the leaders. They round the corner. Cassidy hasn't called for her yet. Forward Chief, and here comes on the outside Slavonic. Slavonic let go by Preble, and he quickly dashed to the lead. The Victorian stormed away. It's Slavonic bounding 3 in front from Pompey Chief. St Clemens Bell's gone, then Sister Patricia, Iron Horse, and Willoughby, but Slavonic is going to bolt home in the railway. Slavonic 3 lengths to Sister Patricia. Corporate Bruce flying through between horses after getting trouble on the corner has run third, I'd suggest, from Iron Horse. Pompey Chief right.
$17.70 the Quinella in the trifecta.
The racing of Reduced Choice was, well, plenty of attention focused on Reduced Choice, who went out as short-priced favourite. Here's the Australia Stakes, Greg Miles.
Gold Guru missed the start by a real strong tempo as they came up the side. Reduced Choice a length and a half away third. Outside St Christoph, 2 Lorries Lottery, 1 Miss Penny Money, Wonder Flavour, 4 to Rustic Dream and Gold Guru. Theatre outside of Paint. Reduced Choice kept right on them, the big 3-year-old. St Christoph fourth on the inside, and then Miss Penny Money following Reduced home. Lorries Lottery under pressure, and then Flavour. Theatre outside Paint the leaders. Reduced Choice is hard ridden. He has to dig. Miss Penny Money comes around him, and St Christoph got the split in the centre. Miss Penny Money dashed straight past Reduced Choice. So did St Christoph, but the flying filly Miss Penny Money over 2 now. St Christoph and Reduced Choice, and Miss Penny Money, is she a star? Miss Penny Money by 2 Reduced Choice. St Christoph a half length away third, ran the race of his life. Then came Flavour, Rustic Dream finishing well. A gap to
Harley, Kapuna, Sedurka are the Sky ratings, 2, 3, 7 and 4. The Market, Diatribe 15, Waits Right.
We'll call race 7, the Debonair.
The Joffaris is also away. At the 550, Harley in front. He's left the fence. Pins only a length away with something left, and then Crawl over on the inside. Sedurka starting to come home fairly well from Diatribe. Kapuna, Trousers and Anarchy Walker pulled out wide. Harley giving some cheek at the 300. Pins is after it with Sedurka, and Kapuna's going for a run. There's not a lot of room there. Pins has hit the front. Crawl dashes through on the inside. Here's Trousers out wide. It's Pins from Crawl and Trousers. Pins about a head in front of Crawl, who's coming home strongly. Pins and Crawl heads up and down. Maybe Crawl just beat Pins in a close go. Bobbing finish, 4 lengths in front of Kapuna. Then Trousers, followed by...
Are now official.
This is the feature, the Alistair Clark Stakes at Group 2 level for the 3-year-olds, $400,000 in prize money, and Pins, of course, higher, who came out and won the Guineas yesterday at Hawkesbury. Pins pretty much had the wood.
Buzz Lightyear moving up, and he's taken over the running, and he's moving quickly to go about a length in front. Kapuna tries to go with him. Pins a length away, and then Diatribe starting to work into the race. The Valley Specialist. They've got away on Trousers, and Crawl can't get into the race at the moment. Second last. Go Buzz Lightyear leads. Pins is coming after him. Pins is looking confident around the home turn, and Diatribe running on. Pins moved up to go. Buzz Lightyear put his head in front, and then Diatribe getting out to the middle of the track, but Pins has exploded away. He's racing clear, and Pins has won it brilliantly. Diatribe or Oval Office, who ran on very well. A photo of the miners. Crawl got home when it was all over. Go Buzz Lightyear weakened the last 100. The last. Brilliant win to number 2, Pins, ridden by Shane Dye. He just wanted to over-race a shade.
The Mal Mansour 12, $6 Ab Initio. Dan Speed 33, 16 Life of...
Out of the equation here, but he is the tote firmer into $4.80 now. So
from Al Mansour picking up ground. Easy Rocking, Guineas, Adam a long way back, and Dance Beat as they turn the bend. NTN under a grip in front of Life of Riley. Samboa coming at the pair. Catbird to the inside with Guineas, and on the outside Ab Initio running on. Al Mansour into a dead end, and he is Easy Rocking. Easy Rocking on the outsides after Ab Initio. Dan Glisser getting a run, but Easy Rocking burst to the front, and the 3-year-old left them standing at the 50. He raced away from Ab Initio, and Easy Rocking bolts in. Ab Initio second, Adam third from Dan Glisser. They were followed by Samboa. Further back in the field was Al Mansour.
I'd say that the stewards will be kept busy after that. Well, all the interference that happened there.
And the big one today is to be staged in 23 minutes. Check of the ratings. And Testarossa has a 10-point break. from Far Range. Testarossa, Falval on the unbeaten Queenslander, 770. The Testarossas open.
Will Far Range, the princess of sprinting, continue? Will the queen of sprinting, Iska, return to the top? Can Falvalon keep his unbeaten record intact? Will Testarossa mow them all down? 100 metres now, Magic Music on the outside with Iska holding the rail. They're the leaders, about 1.5 lengths in front of Far Rain, moving up outside Sports. Testarossa not far off them, and Falvalon happy to stay out wide. When they went past the 600, Iska on the rail and Magic Music, there's little between the two. Far Rain's only 1.5 lengths away with Falvalon on her outside, and then Sports in behind them, and Testarossa last, but only 3 or 4 lengths would cover them at the most. At the 300 metres, Magic Music got to Iska. Charles went for the whip. So did Preble on Far Rain, and Magic Music leads a length at the 100. Falvalon and Testarossa are coming now. Testarossa's going to blow him away in the last 100. He descends and comes away, and Testarossa a magnificent return, beating Falvalon 1.5 lengths. Magic Music third. Sports fourth. Far Rain's run fifth, and 5 lengths Iska in 56 seconds.
Admirers with some good tips bandied around on track. The trifecta. It has been, and here's a check of how the market has them. Arena at longer odds resuming. The former Victorian Derby winner resuming. Les Beale, Caulfield Cup runner-up at $62 for Leon Corstens. Reduced choice odds on $1.90. Miss Penny Money $3.90.
Well, his supporters have shown the colour of their money today. He's been well backed, Reduced Choice. He'll run favourite ahead of inside of Inner Flurry, and Lord Luskin on their outside from Blackbean Arena, and LaBeale is last of all as they swing the corner where Reduced Choice the leader. It'll be a sprint home. Round the corner he comes. Miss Penny Money is out to tackle him. Umrum gets up to third on the outside, and then Zapor. Reduced Choice with Miss Penny Money. She throws down the gauntlet again at the 200 metres. Miss Penny Money the outside. Reduced Choice. Beedman throwing everything at the big colt on the inside. What a great battle, clear of Intergaze. Reduced Choice and Miss Penny Money with on the outside Intergaze, but Reduced is back in a fighting win. Reduced Choice beating Miss Penny Money, and Intergaze charging home for third, and then Umrum Arena coming home well, followed by Zapor, Blackbean and their trail.
You'd probably like Darren to get him to settle him in behind them. He jumped, raced forward, but travelled beautifully.
Yes, the big one, the Amy Australian Cup. It's not too far. And here it is now on the tote. Intergaze at $6.60, Arena $6.20, Aerosmith $11.10, Oliver Twist number 5 is showing $6 even. 39, Collins Street $37.20, Inner Flurry $7.50. Then followed over on the inside by the Hind, followed by Noir, Sear and Collins Street last of all. Intergaze has whipped around the outside at Chiquita Lodge to take it up now. And the pace is on. It's Intergaze going out about 4 or 5 lengths in front of Zapor. 2 lengths to Oliver Twist, a length for the back LaBeale, a length Collins Street last of all. Intergaze and most unfamiliar role. He's out about 8 lengths in front of the 800 metre mark. In second placing Zapor, Oliver Twist and Eckaway third. 2 lengths further back in the race at Aerosmith given a crack with a whip, followed by LaBeale. Then Arena well back in the race, Street followed by Aramatthea Morphy. Well back was Crawl, followed by over on the inside in a flurry, hard ridden. The Hinds dropped out to last, and Collins Street second last. Intergaze turns for home by 4 lengths down at the 400 metre mark from Zapor on the inside of Oliver Twist. 3 LaBeale down the middle. Arena running on from Aerosmith and Street. Intergaze at the 300 metre mark starting to fold. Zapor after him with Oliver Twist on the outside, then Arena wider out. Intergaze at 150, he's a length in front. Oliver Twist and Zapor trying to get to him. Oh, Intergaze is giving plenty. The big red from Sydney's 2 lengths in front of Oliver Twist. Arena and Streak out wide, but it's Intergaze. Intergaze takes the cup. A length and a half, and Daring Tactics out in front. Followed for the Miners, it's Arena or Streak out in the centre of the track. They're followed for the back by the Hind who rattled home. Then came Crawl. Then Zapor from Collins Street. Oliver Twist.
Next from Zapor.
Unbelievable run by the grand campaigner Intergaze, who today wins his 9th Group 1, but he's never won one like that before. That was extraordinary. Stake earnings to about $3.77 million. He has been a truly remarkable racehorse.
Back to some very good horses there. A great horse saved a great race. I mean, I don't think this year's field was as good as I've seen it in the past. I thought it was likely that it would be a less than memorable Australian Cup. As it turned out, Intergaze saved the race and made it one of the most memorable.
Been very heavily backed. $1.80. The 3-year-old Freemason right in contention at $5.30.
being nursed by Oliver before the bend. He'll have to click her up shortly. Freemason laying down the law, and Arena 3 wide. The Gouch coming out, and he's going to make it a staying test. Tie the Knot on their backs, needing a run. Oliver Twist outside him, Vitronite, then Rebel and Streak in the straight. Showweller at the 350 in front, but Arena pounced. Arena wanting to duck ends, hit the lead. Then Freemason and Tie the Knots to the outside, starting to close. 200 to go, Arena in front. Tie the Knots a length away, trying to pick up Arena, and here comes the big boy. He's coming, Tie the Knot with 50 to run. Arena in front, but Tie the Knot knows where the post is. He's too good again. 9 Group 1s for Tie the Knot. Arena second, Showweller third. They were followed by Streak getting home well. Further back in the field was Freemason, then further out. Can't believe that. He's jumped out of the gate. He's landed a length in front. Drop. They've sprinted home 33.46. They have gone at a farcical speed in the early stages.
Hall of Fame winner, and this is the Group 1 Coolmore Classic. Race 6, 1 under on top ahead of 1 Sunline, 2 staging, 4. Sunline 220, 9:20 staging, Camarina 16, 36 pace. Number 9, Sorrento 24, Zartella 23, 28 Brief Kiss.
Now in a leader move in, Zartella to be the last one to come up. 600 metres left to go, and it's Camarina in front. Charles is starting to stoke up. Sunline coming around the bend. She's only a neck away. 1 back still, a Marie and Flickering Fire. Beat the Fade on the fence. 1 under comes wide. Then Zastov and Cerrito and staging looking for a run. He released the handbrake on Sunline. He said, let's go, girl. And Sunline at the 250 had raced to the front from Beat the Fade. Camarina, Flickering Fire, Stella Marie. Then 1 under, but the Queen of the Turf with the 60 kgs on her back is well clear at the 100. Beat the Fade's having another crack at her. Sunline in front. Oh, she's wonderful, all right, Sunline, and she's a mile too good for them. Sunline won the Coolmore from Beat the Fade and the Warseer from Pace Invader. They were followed by Zaz Top.
Especially with 60 kilos. I said you're better off to just sort of try and put a brake at the top of the straight on them if you could, you know. It makes it hard to run down from there.
She just keeps finding the line and finding the line.
Yeah, she's a great horse.
Well, she'll pull up no
fair call. Particularly on turf. Emancipation race, yeah. And the Timeform magazine, as we all know, rated her the best mare on turf last week. And that was just an astonishing performance. So the outside leader was 60 kgs, and she was coming away again at the finish, Graham. She's the best mare I've seen, for sure.
Good to see them, you know. He did, yeah. I said to him, you know, don't be worried, we are, if you're not...
No, I don't think he did actually. Today, genuine champion. It's not a word I use lightly, but I reckon that Sunline just about, well, she fills every criteria of being a champion.
So Tie the Knot's not a champion in your book?
Tie the Knot is an outstanding racehorse, not taking anything away from him, but he ain't a champion.
Greg Fordham, both Tie the Knot and Sunline could go right to the top.
They could add $1 million, and it's a temporary measure, although it's important.
It's just a fantastic animal, isn't it? Let's go and enjoy it. There's no natural pacemaker in the race. Who will lead?
Leaders out in the Mercedes Classic. Mighty Padrille in front of Showweller. Arena 3 out. Tie the Knots bursting for a run, and Cloth of Gold chiming in. In the straight proper at the 300, and the mare had raced to the front. Showweller leads the way from Arena. Tie the Knots trying to get up on the fence from Mighty Padrille. Arena's levelled up to Showweller. Tie the Knots starting to come the rail. Arena in front. Tie the Knots getting up on the inside, and Showweller stride for stride. The champion. Tie the Knot bursting up on the fence. Nye does it again. Tie the Knot wins his second Mercedes Classic from either Arena or Showweller, and what a finish it was. 5 lengths away to Edward Gray and Mighty Padrille. They were followed by Streaky 56. He has come home a fraction over 33 probably himself.
Well, now in Group 1 wins, well, that's pretty exclusive company, isn't it?
Sandy is an old time.
Got a little bit of buffeting near the post. Here's John
Defence and Hope.
The best you've been on?
Oh, he's one of them, there's no doubt about that. But it's just a shame he can't produce his best form in Melbourne. You know, he's practically unbeatable in Sydney, and I know
That's his 10th Group 1 win. Only Kingston Town with 14 is ahead of him. And you love stats, Macca. $5.3 million. He is chasing the Big O with 5.8, isn't he?
No doubt. I mean, he's Octagonal is 1, Superimposed 2, and third now with Tie the Knot, and fourth Might and Power. They're the 4 horses that have won $5 million.
Bruce, I think that the balance is just about equal now, but a wonderful horse.
Back, will you please, Max?
A wonderful horse, wonderful rides, and certainly turned out in remarkable
condition. Kudamudu 20, 45 to France. King of Danes 19, 7 is out, about 6 out of line. Phoenix Spark $11, number 8. 79 Continuing, Veteran 68, 20 Preserve. Belle de Jour 11, 630 French Braids, 60 Operettas, 740.
Lad at 370, French Braids, Crown Glory have both been heavily backed. Under all hands in the air. Lane cleared and they're set for the Amy Golden Slipper. They're racing and Belle de Jour came up in the air. Beasley was nearly catapulted out of the saddle. Away quickly French Braids. King of Danes going quickly. Glory with Veteran, then Belle de Jour and Continuum Blast on the fence. King of Danes in front. Leads by a length on his Queensland counterpart. That's Great Crusader. 2 lengths Phoenix Park. Assertive Lads under the bat. They were followed by French Braids. Road to Success. Great Crusader ambled up on the outside of King of Danes. 2 lengths Assertive Lad and French Braids about to burst into clear. Phoenix Park in front of her. Great Crusaders hit the lead at the 200 from King of Danes. They were followed by Assertive Lad. And here's the winner. Crown Glory starting to storm home with Belle de Jour. Belle de Jour's got the run with Crown Glory. Belle de Jour hit the lead. And one of the great wins in the Golden Slipper after bungling the start. She's won it from Crown Glory. Set for the Amy Golden Slipper. They're racing and Belle de Jour came up in the air. Beasley was nearly catapulted out of the saddle. Away. Thanks Phoenix Park. Assertive Lads under the bat. They were followed by French Braids. Road to Success. Great Crusader ambled up on the outside of King of Danes. 2 lengths Assertive Lad and French Braids about to burst into clear. Phoenix Park in front of her. Great Crusaders hit the lead at the 200 from King of Danes. They were followed by Assertive Lad. And here's the winner. Crown Glory starting to storm home with Belle de Jour. Belle de Jour's got the run with Crown Glory. Belle de Jour hit the lead. And one of the great wins in the Golden Slipper after bungling the start. She's won it from Crown Glory. What a performance. Third's a photo. Assertive Lad will continue on from French Braids, Phoenix Park and King of Danes. Take a lot. That is unbelievable. Has missed the kick, went up in the air at the start, has come from nowhere. How did she win the slipper? It looked like Crown Glory for all money at the 100 when she moved up and slipper. He will shout for the public, free beer for the rest of the day. And I can...
Well, you've got to see to believe it, folks. You would have...
Sunshine Sally couldn't.
Millie couldn't. But now, free piss in the public bar all night. Can you say that on Sky? We just did.
Anywhere outside the
Not
members.
in the public bar, mate. Free tours all over. But, mate, what a thrill. Did you saw the race? Did you watch the...
She jumped that high in the air, and when she came down, I nearly fell off her. Yeah, so we know how to ride her next start, get back on her.
You didn't lose enough. Ronnie, what about this young fellow, Lenny Beasley? You've guided him.
Well, special, wasn't it? Yes, it was a bit special because it was a remarkable Golden Slipper. No Golden Slipper has been won under those circumstances, and I'd like to congratulate...
Yeah, it was fantastic, though. It was one of the best spectacles I think I've seen, and I don't think there can be a better promotion for racing than to have free piss in the public bar, Phil Stumps. I don't know if you can say that on Sky.
You just did.
You just did.
And here are the ratings. Here are the ratings. Sunline and Pace 1984, and through to, of course, last year's winner, Sunline. Can she do it again? Is the big question. She's well tried on the tee. She's at 370, highs at 460.
1,000 metres to go. Dan Glisser went to the front. Adam second. Sunline right down there. Tails running third and one away. Tall Poppy, and it's a frantic tempo. Last of all, a breakneck speed in the Doncaster, and Sunline's moved up on the outside of the filly, Dan Glisser. They're 2 lengths on over, who's under the bat chasing. On the fence, Al Mansour behind those, and then Adam. Charles had a bit of a peep around his shoulder. He gave the Wonder Mare full rein. Sunline on top of the rise in front. She led by a length on the 3-year-old over, who's coming after her. They're well clear from Referral, Tall Poppy and Zastov. Sunline will have to call on all of the champion qualities at the 100. Over's trying to get on terms. Sunline in front. Over's levelled up. Over's put his nose in front. Sunline comes back, but the 3-year-old wins the Doncaster. Over's won it from Sunline. Zastov 4 lengths away, third from Referral. Then Oliver Twist.
Over 11.54.50. Sunline is $2.10.
And if ever, Bruce, there was an example of the significance of weight in racing, we saw it with Over and Sunline going to the post yesterday.
Yeah, gee, 57.5 at the Sunline. I mean,
Sunline was forced to carry her weight. Personally, I would have liked to have seen her get a better run. This is an example where a horse can put up a championship performance, be a champion and get beaten.
Does deserve champion status. I mean, she tried her heart out yesterday, didn't she?
Oh, well, she was a champion, even win or lose. Yeah. I don't think that made her any worse or any better. I mean, it's sort of, she is a champion mare, and she's one of the all
size produce stakes. 6 Belle de Jour, 1 Assertive Lad, 2 Sparks and 4 Reenact. 6 won $39 Sparks. Clonmel scratched. Reenact $7. Surfboard 40.
Who rides? Back and they're racing. Reenact's missed it by about 2.5 lengths. He's got no early speed. Assertive Lad wheel the bend. Surfboard at the 450 in front. Belle de Jour slips up on the fence. Assertive Lad went up and made it a line of 3, and Preserve trying to come out. Sparks pushed the filly back into a pocket, and then came Reenact. Assertive Lad at the 300 metres mark in front. Belle de Jour, Beasley first to field for the whip. He's drawn the whip on Assertive Lad. They're stride for stride. Belle de Jour, Assertive Lad, and then came running on Reenact. It's Assertive Lad in front. Reenact's getting home when it's all over. Assertive Lad's in front. Reenact trying to pick him up. Assertive Lad in front, fell in and won it. Just Assertive Lad from Reenact, who would have nailed him in another stride, but it's pretty tight. Surfboard, Preserve, a photo for third. Then came Sparks and Belle de Jour last in.
Third dividend, Quinella, $7.50. The trifecta, $137. 6 Sunline, 9 over, 1 into Gaze, 2 Slavonic, 691. The AWA All Age Stakes. Now the race.
It's $1.50 Sunline and $1.10 the place. G-Boy in front. Sunline chewing steel on the outside second. 3/4 away over. Final Fantasy the centre, and on the fence Brave Prince. Slavonic behind that group. Intergaze travelling well, but he's on the fence with no room to move just at the moment, and still last of all as they come to the bend, Zatella. Sunline is going up, putting a little bit more pressure on Georgie Boy at the 550. 3/4 over, who's had a dreaded run. Slavonic wide, then Final Fantasy, Brave Prince. Intergaze starting to work into the clear. He's 4 out now, starting his run from Zatella. At the foot of the rise, and quickly Sunline had moved up, and oh so easy, she had cantered to the front now from Georgie Boy. Over her, Nemesis in the Doncaster giving chase. I think it's going to be a different story today. Charles Wokenapo really went for the mare now, and at the 150, Sunline, the world champion mare, is racing away. There are no dangers. Georgie Boy's run a great race from over, but Sunline kills them. Wins 4 lengths on the line. Georgie Boy second, over third of the rise, and quickly Sunline had moved up, and oh so easy, she had cantered to the front now from Georgie Boy. Over her, Nemesis in the Doncaster giving chase. I think it's going to be a different story today. Charles Wokenapo really went for the mare now, and at the 150, Sunline, the world champion mare, is racing away. There are no dangers. Georgie Boy's run a great race from over, but Sunline kills them. Wins 4 lengths on the line. Georgie Boy second, over third. Then Zatella. They were followed by Brave Prince, Slavonic.
Oh, how can you say anything about her? She's a freak. She's the best.
I'll come back and talk about that in just a moment. Let's go to Alan Thomas, and here he is at Eagle Farm.
Racing. Near the inside, Luke Sleet, one of the first to go. Figure aim on Ra, Magnified, giving them a fair start from Prince Starlight. Doodle Dandy pardons and Paws whips them in. Around the bend, 450 to go. Figure Rant left the fence, plenty of room for Luke Sleet. Yombi next, followed by Forging's Lad. Regal Tycoon to the outside. Star Tellers under the whip, and then Midshipman Ormond Magnified from a long way back. Figure Rant's in front at the 200. In front of Luke Sleet. Prince Starlight getting into the clearer. Magnifier's coming fast. Figure Rant, Prince Startel, but have a look at Magnifier. Magnifier swept up. He took the lead from Prince Starlight, and Magnifier raced away to beat Prince Starlight by Forging's Lad. Regal Tycoon to the outside. Star Tellers under the whip, and then Midshipman Ormond Magnifier from a long way back. Figure Rant's in front at the 200. In front of Luke Sleet. Prince Starlight getting into the clearer. Magnifier's coming fast. Figure Rant, Prince Startel, but have a look at Magnifier. Magnifier swept up. He took the lead from Prince Starlight, and Magnifier raced away to beat Prince Starlight and Figure Rant. Then Startel, Paws did a good job, ran home, so did Doodle Dandy, and the real Magnifier stood up here today.
Magnifier the winner, 371.
Race, she was virtually in reverse for about 3.
It'll be an effort and a half, not only from the horse, but from his trainer, Jack Denham, if he can bring the horse back from the 1.5 miles at Randwick to win here today. But you never... Now, it looks as though they might be bringing PlayStation back. The light goes on. Often racing in the Queensland Guineas. It was a great start. Value 8 near the... A length the Golden Dane, Cryptavia. There goes Fairway going forward. Then Make Mine Magic, Talicio near the fence. Startel, PlayStation, and last is Magnifier. Around the bend, 450 to go. Animator, Mistress Team led together. The Golden Dane, and here's Akhenaten on the outside. Cryptavia's on the fence. Then came wider out. Make Mine Magic sprinting quickly, and Fairway's going with him. At the 200 metres mark, there's not a lot of room. Make Mine Magic and Fairway have burst up. The Golden Dane's going through in the middle. Make Mine Magic and Fairway from the Golden Dane. Magnifier late. Fairway's just in front of Make Mine Magic. Magnifier is flying at Fairway. Magnifier got level. He got up and won the Guineas. Magnifier got up to beat Fairway. Thirds are sprinting quickly and Fairway's going with him at the 200 metres mark. There's not a lot of room. Make Mine Magic and Fairway have burst up. The Golden Dane's going through in the middle. Make Mine Magic and Fairway from the Golden Dane. Magnifier late. Fairway's just in front of Make Mine Magic. Magnifier is flying at Fairway. Magnifier got level. He got up and won the Guineas. Magnifier got up to beat Fairway. Thirds are Photo, Star, Tell or Make Mine Magic and the Golden Dane in line. Then Magnifier has come from last on the home turn as
Thank you. What a run. What a run. Truly run by the runner-up, Fairway, but you Magnified last to first. I think can come from the tail of the field today. We're going about to take you back to Matt.
Learning as he races.
I thought referral. As Produce Stakes, number 1 Clonmel, $7.10. 2 Rapid Man, 17. 3 Reenact, $10. 4
Chenar and Eminent Chevelle going for Love Lawn and Reenact. Down the side, 8.50 to go, and Eminent Chevelle is the leader. Max a long way back, and City Best has dropped out last. In the straight, 400 to go, Eminent Chevelle the leader. Centona moving up on the outside. Madison on the fence, then Chenar, Rapid Man, Clonmel. Ombra Della Sierra looking for a run. Lady Mulan near the fence, and then Glenrowan. Eminent Chevelle in front at the 200. Madison into second spot. Rapid Man is now starting to come home strongly. Chenar still there. Not a lot of room for Lady Mulan. Rapid Man, and have a look at Reenact coming from nowhere. Reenact from the tail of the field, swept up, took the lead. Adjudicator battles hard, but Reenact has won from either Adjudicator or on the fence, then Chenar, Rapid Man, Clonmel, Ombra Della Sierra looking for a run. Lady Mulan near the fence, and then Glenrowan. Eminent Chevelle in front at the 200. Madison into second spot. Rapid Man is now starting to come home strongly. Chenar still there. Not a lot of room for Lady Mulan. Rapid Man, and have a look at Reenact coming from nowhere. Reenact from the tail of the field, swept up, took the lead. Adjudicator battles hard, but Reenact has won from either Adjudicator or Rapid Man. Then Chenar, Lovelorn, Madison, Reenact has come from last on the home bend with a blistering run down the outside to win the say, to put up a performance a bit reminiscent of Anthems a few years back.
These knockers, but for the wrong reason. Like all the horse is a 2-year-old looking for a mile and a half, which sounds stupid, but that's the way it is.
Stakes correct weight, so those dividends become.
His run was amazing. Not so much he came from last on the home turn, but he was last at the 200 metres mark. From the 400 to the
starter picks up the button, movement out wide, sat right. Now they're off, and Vendetta's anticipated the start quickly. Don't come yet, drop back shortly after the kick, and Diamond Solitaire the first to land in front. Going fast is Market Link and Double Ace, not far away Saudi Warrior and Young Langsyne whipping up. Diamond Solitaire's been well tried for Die, leading up from Young Langsyne and Kahiba Lad. Market Link 2 away in 4th position. Outside it is Saudi Warrior. Then came Night Driver. Vendetta's back 3rd last on the bend. Favourites in all sorts of bother around the corner. Diamond Solitaire taken on by Young Langsyne, who would race to the front. Market Link, Kahiba Lad, Saudi Warrior, Night Driver, Double Ace, and now Vendetta's finally into the clear down the outside, and he's coming home well. Dashing Solitaire, Young Langsyne together. Vendetta's is sprouting wings. Boy, oh boy, he's coming the fave. Look at him go. Vendetta's picked them up. Oh, good horse. One like a good horse, Vendetta's. 1 at 3/4 to either Young Link, Kahiba Lad, Saudi Warrior, Night Driver, Double Ace, and now Vendetta's finally into the clear down the outside, and he's coming home well. Dashing Solitaire, Young Langsyne together. Vendetta's is sprouting wings. Boy, oh boy, he's coming the fave. Look at him go. Vendetta's picked them up. Oh, good horse. One like a good horse, Vendetta's. 1 at 3/4 to either Young Langsyne or Dashing Solitaire, and you didn't want to be on the bend. Then Market Link Night. Didn't want to be on. I was nearly going to say on the bend you didn't want to be on. But once he got into the clear, and he had to give them an enormous start, has absolutely sprouted wings to come home and win like a very promising horse. I know it's easy to get
off, and she stood on the gates, John's Legacy. She's missed it about 3 lengths. One of the first to bound out was San Antone, and Willie Work pinged away quickly. Cat's Life got away well with Trimmer hard down towards the Intone. Cat's Life. Then came Consular Soviet, draw wide out from John's Legacy. Yelgan Dust making some ground round the outside. Well, Consular just had to ease off heels there. Elmozo gets through along the inside, but a fair way from the leading horses. And then Agent Secret, Redolly, and True Western as they came up to the turn. Cat's Life had moved up on the outside to join the leading horses. Soviet Draw coming around them. Walk on Ice
and San Antonio still there, and Conchita's again getting a wriggle on, but he's running into a brick wall in front of him as they corner. Soviet Draw has raced up and gone to the lead now. Conchita getting into the clear with John's Legacy on his outside, but Soviet Draw leads by a couple. Conchita with the job to do to pick him up. Soviet Draw's a length and a half. Conchita starting to lift. He's really lunging. This is going to be a great win. Conchita by a head to Soviet Draw. 3 lengths a photo third between Ridolli and Soviet Draw coming around them. Walk on Ice and San Antonio still there, and Conchita's again getting a wriggle on, but he's running into a brick wall in front of him as they corner. Soviet Draw has raced up and gone to the lead now. Conchita getting into the clear with John's Legacy on his outside, but Soviet Draw leads by a couple. Conchita with the job to do to pick him up. Soviet Draw's a length and a half. Conchita starting to lift. He's really lunging. This is going to be a great win. Conchita by a head to Soviet Draw. 3 lengths a photo third between Ridolli and John's Legacy. And then came San Antone, Walk on Ice, followed by just behind those Willie Work, followed by El Mozo, and then True West and Cat's Life. Trim and a half. Conchita starting to lift. He's really lunging. This is going to be a great win. Conchita by a head to Soviet Draw. 3 lengths a photo third between Ridolli and John's Legacy. And then came San Antone, Walk on Ice, followed by just behind those Willie Work, followed by El Mozo, and then True West and Cat's Life. Trim